Down payment assistance. Is it free money? Do you need to be a first-time buyer? How do I actually go ahead and get it? Well, in this video, I'm going to go ahead and cover all those topics. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex Knaus, a top-rated mortgage advisor, and I wanted to go ahead and set some real expectations when a buyer utilizes down payment assistance, and also go over a real-world example as well too. As the cost of real estate's gotten more and more expensive, the minimum down payment required has consistently increased as well. I will go ahead and go over the minimum amount of money down needed for each loan program in another video, but for this video, we'll go ahead and just utilize the FHA mortgage so this way we can compare and contrast and make the numbers pretty even across the board. When you purchase real estate, there are three things you generally need to have as a borrower: credit, income, and a down payment. If you get down payment assistance or you make a down payment, you need to have those funds available, ready to go before your actual closing date. You've heard of the expression, there's no such thing as free lunch. Well, of course, there's going to be no such thing as free money, and down payment assistance is exactly that. It is not free money. You typically pay for it over the life of the loan with a higher interest rate. Now, down payment assistance programs are going to vary based upon the program, the state, and the county. So always consult with a lender who actually does down payment assistance and they know what they're doing with the program. A lot of lenders will advertise that they actually do it, but when it comes time to get the transaction completed, they may have never actually closed the down payment assistance program. There is more paperwork involved and there is more red tape involved. So you as a borrower do need to realize that when you utilize a down payment assistance program, be prepared to do some extra paperwork because you are applying for down payment assistance. So we're going to go ahead and utilize a real world example of a property that actually closed, and I was the loan officer who completed the down payment assistance programs. So that way we can compare and contrast what it will look like if she did down payment assistance versus a standard FHA mortgage. Now we're going to go ahead and utilize the FHA mortgage for this example. She purchased a simple 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom bungalow in Mesa, Arizona. The purchase price was $300,000 on the nose. Her annual insurance was $617 a year, which is $51 a month. Her annual property taxes were $922 a year, which was $77 a month. If she would have utilized a standard FHA loan, she would have put down 3.5%, which is $10,500 down. When you itemize the payment, known as PITI, principal, interest, taxes, insurance, her total FHA mortgage payment would be $2,098 a month at a rate of 6.375%. If she went with a standard FHA loan, she would come to the table with 3.5% down. Her payment would just be a hair under $2,100 a month. Now, if she utilized the down payment assistance program, her interest rate would be a little bit higher, and then she would also have to go ahead and finance the down payment chunk in a separate loan. So with down payment assistance, her total mortgage payment, principal, interest, taxes, insurance, also known as PITI, was $2,458. The difference between two options was $360 more expensive utilizing down payment assistance than the standard FHA mortgage, putting 3.5% down. Now, here's the thing. She's getting 5% assistance of the loan amount. So her grant or down payment she received was $14,728, which she has to repay at 6% for 120 months. $14,728 at 6% for 10 months is $163. So we add the $360 more monthly payment plus $163 for the assistance. That makes her total monthly payment $523 more per month than the standard FHA mortgage. So if we look at the math, there's a formula called break-even analysis. It's cost divided by savings. We can utilize it with down payment assistance. The total amount of assistance she received was $14,728. $14,728 divided by $523 in differential payments is 28 months or break even. So if she keeps this mortgage for at least 28 months, which is about 2.5 years, a little bit more than 2 years, a little less than 2.5 years, she would essentially go ahead and break even. So when you compare and contrast both options, if you have money, go ahead and put down the down payment and do a standard FHA or conventional loan. If you don't have the down payment, but the higher monthly payment still fits within your budget and you're comfortable with it, down payment makes sense at that particular time. When you look at the math, it's going to cost her an extra $523 a month, but she's going to go ahead and get $14,728 Now, that's more than what is needed for the 3.5% down payment. So the difference, she can utilize that towards her closing costs or any other settlement costs as well too. With this particular program, there is a second lien behind the property. So you just can't get the down payment assistance and then turn around and sell your property and think you're gonna walk away with the different profit proceeds. If you would happen to go ahead, sell your property or refinance your property, you're always gonna have that small chunk of mortgage behind you, which was the $14,728. Eventually that will be paid off. With down payment assistance, the thought process is this: I'm purchasing a property that I like, I'm buying something below my means, which I understand. I understand I'm having a higher monthly payment, but I'm not having to bring any money to the table for down payment. And then in the long run, you need to tell yourself, eventually, once I have enough equity, I would refinance out of this particular loan into a standard FHA loan or to a standard conventional loan. The biggest misconceptions with down payment assistance are as follows: it's free money. Absolutely not. You're going to pay for it over the life of the loan. A second misconception is you have to be a first-time home buyer. The majority of programs typically do not require you to be a first-time home buyer. They do require it to be your primary residence. Some down payment assistance programs will have caps on how much money you can make. Some down payment assistance programs will have caps on how large of a loan you can take. So always consult with your mortgage advisor with regards to any specific nuances with down payment assistance. And another thing for down payment assistance, it's not meant for broke people. It's not meant for dead Pete's. The perfect example of somebody utilizing down payment assistance is somebody purchasing a property. They want to get into homeownership. They don't have enough money down for the down payment, but they're buying something greatly reduced based upon their debt to income ratios because they realize their mortgage payment is going to be higher. So you have to go ahead and cut your search purchase budget price a little bit lower because your monthly payment is going to be a little bit higher. Also, with down payment assistance, typically you, the borrower, will take an online class or in class about home ownership. You may have some down payment assistance fees. You may have some additional documentation needed to be signed when you go through the mortgage process. My advice for you as a buyer looking to purchase a property, talk to a lender who offers down payment assistance and be like, okay, can you please go over an option with a standard mortgage and go over an option with down payment assistance? Then you can look at option A, you can look at option B and weigh the two and see what works best for you. Over the last handful of years, I have done a lot of down payment assistance. I've had a lot of satisfied buyers with down payment assistance, but I always tell them it is not free money. And then when you realize it is not free money, they understand, okay, this is a risk I need to take. If I purchase this property, I'm going to have a higher rate and a higher monthly payment for the life of the loan. I hope this video is helpful. If you have any examples of down payment assistance you want to run by me, please reach out to me. All my contact information is in the description, and have a great rest of your day.